Are you planning a trip to Thailand? Before you pack your bags, you need to watch this. I bet you don't know these 7 shocking facts about Thailand. Thailand has beautiful beaches, amazing temples, cheap massages, and get this, red Fanta for the ghosts. Seriously, you'll see these little colorful houses everywhere filled with soda. I'm not kidding, but before you judge, let's dive into this red Fanta mystery and some other surprising things about Thailand. Point 1. Thai people offer red Fanta to spirits. If you've been to a Thai neighborhood, chances are you've spotted these miniature sparkly houses. They're not exactly doll houses though. You'll usually see tiny bottles of bright red Fanta inside These sugary drinks are actually offerings for spirits. Yup, Thailand has a thing for red Fanta as a sacred symbol. Let me explain. Thailand has a fascinating mix of cultures, but 2 big ones are Buddhism and animism. Animism says that spirits are everywhere. You can find them in trees, rivers, and buildings. These spirits need to be kept happy, so people make offerings to show respect and maybe score some good luck or protection. Those fancy little houses you saw? Those are spirit houses, like tiny apartments for the local ghosts. And the Fanta? Well, that's a sweet way to say, hey, thanks for keeping an eye on the place. Now, even if this whole red Fanta spirit thing seems a little out there, remember, it's a big part of Thai culture. So treat it with respect. Don't go poking around the spirit houses, stepping over them, or pointing at them like some kind of tourist gremlin. And hey, if you're not sure about making an offering yourself, no worries, just observe from a distance and observe the locals. Point 2. You can't touch anyone's head carelessly, they'll get offended. This might be a weird rule, but one you need to follow. In Thailand, heads are basically off limits. No pats, no ruffles, not even playful messing up your hair stuff. Why? Because the head is considered super sacred, like the place where your spirit resides. So touching someone's head is a serious sign of disrespect, especially with kids. Now, accidents happen, right? Maybe you're in a crowded bus and someone bumps your elbow. If you accidentally touch someone's head, don't freak out. Just give them a super sincere why. That's the prayer-like hand thing and say kortot, which means I'm sorry. They'll probably understand you were being a clumsy tourist, not trying to insult them. And keep your hands off those beautiful Buddha statues you see in the temple. Just admire those statues with our eyes, not your hands. Point 3. Thai exotic street foods are unlike any other. Okay, brace yourselves, because Thailand's street food scene is about to get a little buzzy. Yeah, sure, you've heard about the pad thai, the mango sticky rice, that's all great, but look closer at those street carts and you might spot something that makes you go, oh, yep, I'm talking about insects, grasshoppers, crickets, and more. Now, before you totally lose your appetite, hear me out. Forget that gross out factor stuff. In Thailand, bugs aren't some weird survival challenge. They're a legit snack, like popcorn is for us. They're like tiny crunchy shrimp, only they came from the garden, not the sea. Plus, turns out they're packed with protein, good for you, all that stuff. But hey, nobody's gonna make you try a deep-fried scorpion if you don't want to. If you ever see those awesome night markets bustling with food stalls, that's your bug tasting area. Vendors might have piles of crispy critters, all golden and ready to go. You wanna be a pro? Ask what kind of bug you're about to try. If you're feeling a little less adventurous, just point at something, act excited, and get ready to taste fried insects. Point 4. Forget price tags, here's how to really shop in Thailand. Get ready to unlock a hidden Thai skill that'll save you some serious cash. We're talking about the fine art of bargaining. Here's how to score some awesome deals. In Thailand, asking for a discount isn't rude, it's expected. Especially in those bustling markets or little shops, it's practically the national sport. You won't shock anyone, I promise. But those fancy malls? Yeah, the price tag is probably what you're gonna pay. Okay, strategy time. Start with a low ball offer, like maybe half the original price. From there, it's all about friendly negotiation. Flash your best smile, crack a little joke, even if it's just saying pang pai. Too expensive. With a playful frown. Thais love a cheerful bargainer. Here's a secret weapon called the walkaway. If you're not happy with the price, start to wander off, not in a huff, but like, oh well, maybe next stall. Sellers often don't want to lose the sale, so they might just call you back with a sweeter deal. And hey, even if you don't end up with the cheapest ever prices, you're still probably getting a bargain compared to what you'd pay back home. Point 5. Don't put your feet up in public places. If you love chilling with your feet kicked up on the coffee table, prepare to make some adjustments. See, in Thailand, feet get a bad reputation. Pointing them at someone is basically an insult. Now don't start cramming your feet under your chair in a panic or anything. Putting your feet on the floor is always a safe bet. If you feel extra casual, you can tuck them under you. It gets cramped on those long bus rides, I know, but try stretching toward the aisle, away from people, not like you're kicking back in a recliner in front of them. But we all make mistakes, right? Forget where you are and accidentally point your toes the wrong way? Thais get it. Most tourists aren't used to this. Just adjust and you'll be cool. They're super forgiving and way more polite about it than we might be if someone did the opposite back home. But seriously, the more you try and be aware, the more you'll impress those around you. Point 6. Women should never do this around monks. Buddhist monks are everywhere in Thailand. They're strolling down city streets, hanging out at temples, and just generally bringing a sense of peace to the hustle and bustle. And you know what? They're super friendly, but ladies, there's one important thing to know: you're not allowed to touch monks. See, monks take their vows seriously, and part of this means avoiding physical contact with women. It's not about being standoffish, it's about respecting their spiritual path. So even though that friendly monk might seem approachable, resist the urge to give him a high five or a hug. Now, what if you want to offer a donation or some food? This gets a little tricky. The best way is to set it down on a table or cloth, not hand to hand. If you're not sure what to do, look around. Follow the lead of other Thai women at the temple. They'll know the proper way to do it. Don't stress too much though. Monks understand that visitors might not know all the customs. The fact that you're trying to be respectful is what counts. It's a great way to experience this part of Thai culture. Point 7. You could be barred from temples if you remove your shoes. Shoe lovers, listen up! Thailand is about to throw a curveball at your carefully planned outfits. You'll be ditching your sneakers way more often than you think. Homes, temples, and sometimes even cute little shops are a shoes-off zone. But don't worry, it's not about smelling feet, it's about respect and cleanliness. So instead of wearing shoes, wear sandals instead. Get used to that barefoot feeling because it's gonna be happening a lot. If you're not sure whether you're supposed to de-shoe yourself at a new place, look around. Is there a little mountain of sandals piled up by the door? That's your sign. Still feeling clueless? There's no shame in asking. A quick "do I take off my shoes?" usually does the trick. And hey, if you get caught with your fancy boots still laced up in someone's house, don't panic. Thais are chill about this stuff with tourists. But wouldn't it be cool to tour around Thailand like a pro, slipping those shoes off without a second thought? Okay, did your brain just explode a little? Because mine did when I first landed in Thailand. From floating markets to spirit houses, this country is full of amazing, unexpected stuff. So drop a comment. I want to hear what was the biggest Thailand culture shock for you. And hey, if these tips got you excited, hit that thumbs up button and show some love. And subscribe because I've got a whole series of mind-blowing facts about different countries lined up. We're talking hidden gems, weird customs, and the kind of stuff that'll make your next trip unforgettable.